Ah, cake. Don't we all love cake? It's a great treat for any celebration. A birthday, a graduation, marriage, 1,000 subscribers on your shitty YouTube channel. Just kidding, no one got me a cake because no one loves me.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
But you know, sometimes you've just eaten a lot of food and you're really full. Or maybe you're on a diet and you're trying to watch your calorie intake. So you ask for a small piece of cake just so you can satisfy that craving, you know? I mean, I'm sure that's happened to some of you, right? Well, if you answered yes, then fuck you, you fat phobic fuck. You should be ashamed of yourself. Seriously, how dare you do such a thing? What is wrong with you? Disgusting. I'm just kidding. But you know who isn't kidding? Virgie Tovar, a self-proclaimed fat activist, author, and founder of #LoseHateNotWeight. And if you look this hashtag up, you'll see that the majority of people who use it are people who are very overweight, because those are the only people who claim that losing weight is fat-phobic. As for her book, it hasn't been released yet, so I can't really find many reviews. So we'll just have to wait until it comes out. Get it? Okay, I'll stop. I've been noticing a common theme amongst the stupid videos I've responded to. I'm apparently not the only one who thinks they're stupid, which is why the likes and comments are disabled. Anyway, let's just get right into this bullshit. Oh, wait, before I forget, I want to acknowledge that I'm fully aware there are people with illnesses and disabilities who can't lose weight. I didn't mention that in my last fat acceptance video because I thought that was obvious, but apparently not. So please don't go in the comments saying, "Oh my god, you know that there are people with different disabilities that can't lose weight, right, you fucking fat phobic idiot?" I know. Anyway, now let's get right into this bullshit.
Hi, I'm award-winning fat activist and professional feminist killjoy Virgie Tovar.
Oh, award-winning, huh? Let's just see what award she's won. Uh-huh. Award-winning.
Bitch, where?
If you're like many women, you've been to a birthday party or a small office gathering, an event that's meant to bring people together. There's swinging tunes, some adult beverages, and good convo.
Who the fuck calls alcohol adult beverages? I know this is just a nitpick, but still, just say alcohol.
And then it comes time to cut the cake, and someone decides to ruin everything.
Oh my god, that slice is huge. That slice is bigger than Beyonce's paycheck.
Of course. How could we have a feminist video without mentioning Beyonce? She's like the #1 joke feminists use in their videos. As if their videos aren't already a big fat joke. Because everyone loves Beyonce. Look at us, we're so relatable. Also, how is asking for a smaller slice of cake ruining the party? First of all, not everyone likes cake. I know a lot of people who don't particularly like sweets and prefer to have a small slice just because they don't really like cake. Second, in what way does someone asking for a smaller slice of cake affect you? She's not saying everyone should have a small slice. She only wants a small slice. Oh, God forbid someone is full and just wants a small slice of cake. Then again, I'm guessing people who complain about shit like this don't know what it means to be full.
A cake-related fat-phobic incident, or CRFI, is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted by a moralizing impulse.
Cake-related fat-phobic incident. You're kidding, right?
Inevitably, there's always someone at the party who has to declare publicly that their slice is too large.
They have to declare their slice is too large. How else are they supposed to say they don't want such a big piece? Write it on a piece of paper and pass it to the person cutting the cake as though this is middle school? Send them a telepathic message? Or just straight up grab the knife out of their hands and cut themselves a slice? Really, the only way to communicate that you want a smaller slice is to say, "Hey, that piece is a little too big. Can I get a smaller slice, please?" Your self-esteem has to be really low, like in the negatives low, to complain about something as benign and unimportant important as this. And that's saying a lot coming from the person who can't even look in the mirror sometimes because I hate myself.
And that the person who's cutting the cake, almost invariably a woman, must do some disproportionate amount of labor in order to accommodate their need to feel superior.
Wow, it must be so hard for someone to cut a smaller slice of cake. If you have a problem with someone accommodating to someone else's needs, then why should the person asking for a smaller piece of cake have to accommodate to your needs? Oh, because you're oppressed? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Also, why do you just assume they're doing that to feel superior? Once again, I guess it's just too much to fathom that some people still have the ability to control themselves.
Let's take a look.
Can you do a little bit, just like,
Can you like scrape all the frosting off and cut it in half and give me 2 forks because I'm sharing?
small, like a little bit more, like tiny, no, like less than what you're smaller, please.
Could you just cut my piece into 12 equal symmetrical little pieces and put each one into a tiny little Tupperware so that I can have a bite for each month of 2018? Thanks.
Smaller.
No one says that. I've been to birthday parties and no one requests you do that much work. And if anyone does ask you to scrape the frosting off for them, then they're just an inconsiderate asshole. If someone doesn't want the frosting, most of the time they'll scrape it off themselves. I'm guessing that this is supposed to be the funny part of the video, and I use that term very, very loosely. And I'm honestly really impressed that you can make something more annoying and unfunny than all of my videos combined. Good job. Can we get a round of applause for Virgie, everyone?
Let's take a step back and view what's happening through a critical feminist lens.
Oh, please don't.
Like many parts of diet culture, there is a significant performance component. You have to show others that you are being good. Controlling how much you eat is part of what it means to be a, quote, good woman.
Or maybe a woman wants to control how much she eats because she cares about her health and wants to look good for herself. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's kind of sexist to just assume everything women do is for men. Don't you think? Jesus, why is this lady looking at this cake as though it's her firstborn child? Chill, it's just a cake. You know what? No. Actually, it looks like she traded her firstborn child for that cake, and that's why she's holding it like that. Honestly, I don't feel like that's too far-fetched for feminists nowadays.
Practice just taking the cake slice you're given.
Why don't you practice taking the constructive criticism you're given instead of disabling the comments and crying about how everyone who disagrees with you is fatphobic?
Or simply saying, no thanks. Don't make other people be your cake nanny.
If anyone took this woman seriously before, I can't see how they could after she used the word cake nanny. What the hell does that even mean? Is that the way to describe the way this lady is cradling her cake?
Because women already have too much on their plate, with a sexist culture navigating underwhelming romantic options and an absurdly inexplicable pay gap.
The wage gap is simply the average earnings of men and women working full-time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination.
So remember, the next time that you're on the verge of committing a CRFI, be an ally to women rather than an accomplice to patriarchy.
Oh no, not the patriarchy. If you dare ask for a smaller slice of cake, you are an enemy to women all across the world. Forget the men in Middle Eastern countries who beat and rape their wives, the men who marry 9-year-old girls because they can, the men that kill women just because they feel like it. Nah, those people don't matter. You are the problem because you want a smaller slice of cake.
Because, after all, patriarchy doesn't give a fuck about you, girl.
Wow, great job, Virgie. You just ruined the cake by putting your dirty, stubby finger in the frosting. Now no one can have a slice of cake because you were too inconsiderate to not touch the cake with your nasty-ass hands. I don't know where your hands have been. Maybe you don't wash your hands because that was created by the patriarchy to limit women's freedom.
It's so rich.
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 It's
so rich.
As if this video couldn't get any more annoying. What was the point of that? So, what did we learn today? Well, we learned that if you watch what you eat, or you don't really like cake, then you ruin everything and no one wants you around. If you ask for a smaller piece of cake, you're basically as bad as rapists, murderers, and women beaters, and that apparently you can't have a smaller slice of cake without being a bitch with a superiority complex. Which is kind of ironic since it seems that Virgie is actually the one who sees herself as better than everyone else. We also learned that feminists wear really ugly jewelry and think that you can't be funny if you don't name drop Beyonce somewhere in your video. Oh, you're watching your sugar intake because your blood sugar is really high and you're on the verge of being diabetic, but you still want a small piece of cake? Yeah, okay, Hitler. God, this video is just absolute garbage. Shout out to Raccoon Potato on Twitter for the suggestion. It's much appreciated, although I feel like I want to jump out of my window now that I've watched this video. I also really want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I genuinely don't know what to say other than thank you guys so much. I mean, words cannot even describe how much I appreciate it. Also, thank you to everyone who congratulated me in the comments of my last video. That's very, very nice of you guys. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and follow me on Twitter at spookiestghost if you want. No pressure. Please do it. I'm really lonely and I need validation through Twitter followers. Also, I've been thinking about making a video reacting to a TLC show. I know, super original. So if you want to see something like that, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if there's any specific show you want to see. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up now. I'm the spookiest ghost, and I'll see you guys next time.